Yes, I am well aware of the fact that you guys do not want any storytime videos at all, but listen, man, I don't have access to my PC. I can't record any alternate watch, so I figured that this would be a short, simple way to keep my upload schedule up and running while being entertaining at the same time, hopefully. By the way, thank you guys so much for the support on the alternate watch video. Anyways, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below any storytime ideas you have for me. But alas, grab some popcorn, get cozy under the covers, and I'll go ahead and tell some stories about some crazy people that I have met over my 18 years of existence. Now, this first story takes place where all good things start. A KFC parking lot. So, me and my grandma had just got done going through the drive-thru, and we pulled into the parking lot of this KFC to make sure that our food was all good, making sure nobody slipped any suspicious substances into our $20 family fill-up. And I'm sitting at the passenger side, and I look at the passenger side window, and I see this guy. He's knocking on my window, and he's like this guy in his late 50s, early 60s, and while he didn't look crazy, he definitely looked like he was a few marshmallows away from a box of Lucky Charms. Like, he was chill but tweaking at the same time. So I rolled down the window, and I asked him, "Hello, sir, can I help you?" Like, as if I was taking his fucking KFC order. Like, as if I had his food in my lap right now. And he leans in forward, almost right in front of my face, and goes, "Hey, did you know Jesus was here?" Now, when he said this, I was completely guffawed, okay? I was like bumfuzzled. I had no response to it. I took a look at my grandma because she's basically the most spiritual person I've ever known. She could probably provide me with some enlightenment. She has no clue what the hell this guy is talking about. Like, what you mean Jesus was at a KFC in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky? We are in the middle of butt-fuck Kentucky, bro. Jesus was not here. And I asked him, I'm like, what? Making sure I didn't, hear anything wrong. He says it again. He was like, Jesus was here. And then he hands me a pamphlet and then walks inside of the KFC. And then, after reading the pamphlet a little bit, I figured out this guy was actually a Jehovah's Witness. I encountered a Jehovah's Witness at a KFC parking lot. That is not a sentence that you hear every single day. Now, that story was pretty weird, but wait till I tell you about the Lexington jewelry guy incident. Now, this story takes place in Lexington, Kentucky. Finally, a city that actually exists on the map. Now, me and my dad were walking through downtown Lexington. We were going to this cookie shop because my dad had just gotten done with this bodybuilding show. And in order to celebrate, we were going to get a fuck ton of cookies and it was going to be a fun time. Now, this guy who is definitely tweaking off of something. I don't know what it was, but looking back at it now, I definitely want some of it. He comes up to us and tries to get us to buy jewelry off of his pinky finger. And it's like this plastic-ass Temu jewelry, this Alibaba jewelry. You can clearly tell this shit is faker than the breasts of a 40-year-old Latina. Like this is genuinely some of the most unauthentic shit I think I've ever seen in my life. And we're looking at this guy's jewelry as if we were considering it all when we were going to deny his ass on the spot. And we say, "No, man, we're good." And he goes "You're sure? You're sure, right? You don't want any of this jewelry? Look at this, bro. This shit blinging, bro." And we're like, "No, bro, we don't want it." And then he points around at a brick wall and says, "Oh, it's okay. I sold some to that guy right there." And before I had the time to tell him, you're pointing at a fucking brick wall, man, he just walks off like nothing happened. Generally one of the most odd experiences of my life. I don't know what the hell they're feeding those people in Lexington, but maybe the mayor can fix it. I don't know if it's in the water, the Gatorade, or maybe it's just due to the fact them cookies are so good. Maybe they're lacing something in the cookies. The cookies were busting, by the way, just so you guys know. But yeah, my dad can attest to that. That guy was fucking weird. But anyways, the last experience on this list doesn't have to do anything with a homeless drug addict trying to sell me his pimp jewelry or a Jehovah's Witness in my town trying to convert me to Judeo-Christian beliefs in a KFC parking lot. This actually happened with one of my ex-friends. I was friends with this guy. He actually appeared on my channel a few years ago. We made a collab video together. I was actually great friends with this guy. He was this Polish kid. He was my first ever friend on VR. As many of you guys know, I play VR videos. Go ahead and watch some of those videos to put a few extra inches on your penis. But yeah, I've been friends with this guy for probably well over 4 to 5 years now, and we've been very close friends. However, this guy was a bit of a weirdo. Like, he would always go after, like, goth women, literally just white women who wear black lipstick and black makeup and shit like that. He was basically one of those people who say goth mommies. I want a goth mommy girlfriend, unironically. But, yeah, he was just such an interesting case. And it basically, the straw that broke the camel's back that eventually ended in us splitting apart is he sends me this nice wholesome video of this guy walking into this restaurant where the workers basically have Down syndrome, or like, I don't know if it was Down syndrome. Yeah, it was Down syndrome. And, it's a nice wholesome video of, this guy ordering from this restaurant. And then he leaves a caption below that says, "This place needs to be gassed." Now, it's kind of ironic that he said that because he's fucking Polish, but I was completely caught off guard. Usually, sometimes he makes dark humor jokes like this. They're not dark humor, but it's just, you get my point. He's supposed to, like, mean it in, like, a dark humor sort of way. I was like, bro, this is not a fucking joke. And he's like, bro, I'm not joking. This place needs to be gassed. And I'm like, genuinely, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? You're genuinely a piece of shit human being. I have no clue what the hell you're going on about. And eventually he just says, look, man, I just think it's like a mercy killing thing, I just think that, I wouldn't want my child to be born like that, walking around the world like that. And I have no idea. I'm not going to be able to convince this guy of anything that he's doing wrong. So eventually I block him on everything and unfriend him on everything. What's crazy, too, is another incident prior to this. He had hit me up on Instagram DMs, and basically he was saying that him and these two European boys, they were like a little friend trio. One of the European boys had a girlfriend, and because they're in Europe, the drinking age is basically, it's not necessarily a law as it is, like a tip or something like that. But anyways, this girl would end up getting basically piss drunk, and my Polish friend, would flirt with her and shit like that, and eventually he ended up self-reporting him. Jesus, voice crack. He ended up self-reporting himself to these European boys, and they obviously cut ties with them because they were literally flirting with one of their girls. And he expected me to come help him and then be like, bro, what the hell am I doing wrong, man? I have no clue I'm doing wrong. Like, bro, just how about don't do that? You ever just consider that? Like, I don't know what's going on in Europe too, man. Something's just going on. Borderline, he was just a genuine weirdo, and I'm happy to get rid of him. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below any story ideas that you guys have for me in the future. I definitely enjoy telling these kinds of stories. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. My name is Icy Beast. Hope you guys have a good day or night, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.